So, my brothers and sisters, we come to Gaudete Sunday, Rejoice Sunday, where we hear in the second reading, rejoice. I say it again, rejoice, that he's calling us to this time of rejoicing. And even in the first readings from Zephaniah, let's be honest, how many of us have actually know very much about the prophet Zephaniah? We know like Jeremiah and Isaiah, but Zephaniah, we don't know much about him. But what does he say? Shout for joy, O daughter Zion. Sing joyfully, O Israel. Be glad and exult. That this time, as we're moving closer and closer to Christmas, to be rejoicing and celebrating. But one of the things that really struck me is that in the midst of this time of waiting, the church says, rejoice. Much like how the people of Israel, even before they had the coming of the Messiah, were exhorted to rejoice, to shout for joy. And that's very hard, isn't it? When we don't see the end product, when we don't see where we think we need to be, when we don't see our prayers answered yet, we can be discouraged, despondent, but not necessarily joyful. And the message today is, even when we don't see the end game yet, rejoice in the Lord always. I'll say it again. Rejoice. I'm remembering, I've shared this with you before, but I'm remembering a rosary that was given to me just after Blessed Solanus Casey was beatified and made blessed, that on each of the Our Father beads, they aren't actually beads, they're more little plaque things, and they say on the back, thank God ahead of time. Thank God ahead of time. That this is the call that we are to thank God even when we don't see the end. We're to rejoice in it. How many times in my life have I been exhorted by Almighty God saying, I'm leading you. Can you not rejoice in this time? But it looks so dark. It looks so dreary. I don't know where we're going, Lord. It says, but I'm leading you. I've got you by the hand. Do not be afraid. But sometimes we lose track of that. We lose track of that and we say, well, I'm stuck in my own limited view of the world. And let's be honest, too often we think we need to be in control of everything, and when we're out of control, that's when we get discouraged. But we're not in control as much as we think we are. But God is. And even when we see the evil around us multiply, he says, I got this. This is the mystery of the cross, right? This is the mystery of the cross, that Almighty God has said to us, I have taken the worst of evils and turned it into an even greater good. Everything works for good for those who love God. If only we have eyes to see, we will see how God then takes the evil and then transforms it into an even greater good than it was evil. And so, my sisters and brothers, as we move towards Christmas, as we move through the season, as we move through the darkness of our lives, we have this pink Sunday, but it's not pink, it's rose. We have this pink Sunday, which is a light in the darkness, a reminder that we're going somewhere. We're going to the heart of God. And even when we don't see how he is moving, if we surrender to him, he will take care of everything. May we find in this time, in our lives, in the brokenness, in the darkness, may we find God's finger moving in our lives so that we may rejoice today and thank him ahead of time.